What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you 5 easy tricks on a bank or a pyramid. So anything with a corner like this. So I recently started doing this one again and it's a lot of fun, so I'm going to put this as the first trick on here, even though this is one of the hardest ones. So you've got either like a pyramid with a corner on it or some kind of hip. So you come up and you slap your back wheels over into a blunt. So your back wheels are locked in and your tail is all the way down and you're secure there, you're locked in. I like blunts because you feel really locked in and secure. So all you're doing here is kind of lifting up your weight and pushing yourself around with your back foot until you're into a blunt on the other side of the corner. This is a really fun trick. You just do it really quick. You push it around, and then as soon as you get there, don't stall too long, you pull with your front arm, and you're kind of pulling like a lever right off your tail, and then you just let yourself fall into the bank. It's a really fun trick. Alright, so this next one, same thing. You get into a blunt, as soon as you get in, you kick your front foot off one way and then the other, and then as it's going back, that momentum from your foot coming back from over here is gonna throw you enough that you can pull with your hand and go back in. So I'm using my whole body, I'm using my leg to really throw me back in. So the first thing you should learn on a bank or a hip like this is to get into an axle stall. So just act like you're doing a 50-50, even though you're not grinding on anything. There's no coping here, and it's too mellow to actually grind. But just do a little 50-50 and then turn in. So you're just turning up, turning back in. So after you've learned that, then it's important to learn how to do a tail stall. So the same thing, you just turn a little bit more until you land on your tail and then just drop back in. You can do that front side and back side. After you have both of those, that's when you actually learn to get into a blunt stall. And the easiest way is to pull out when you're in a blunt. My friend John actually pops out of them, but I'm not sure exactly how he pops out of them on here. If I were to try to pop out of them on this, I would need to put a rail about right here, so I'd have an extra little point to move and pop off of. Because see, it's really locked in, there's no popping out. But if I did put like a sideways rail right there, in tail slides or different thing, I'd have an extra popping point. I could actually pop out. So after you've got the axle stall, the tail stall, and the blunt, you can combine them. So you can get into a blunt like this, and then all you do to get into an axle stall out of this is push a little bit on your tail and pull back, turn your shoulders, and turn the board, and then put the wheels down, and you land into an axle stall. From the axle stall to get into a tail stall, all you do is the same thing. Kind of turn your shoulders, lift up, and put all your weight on your back foot. So yeah, you can go from one to the other to the other. Next thing you should probably learn on a bank like this is a tail stall revert. So the tail stall revert, you land up in the tail stall, and then you just turn your shoulders, and as you turn your shoulders, you kind of power slide back in. You need to know how to do a power slide on the flat ground before you can really do a revert. So for some people, backside's easier, for some people, frontside's easier. Let's do a backside one right here. So frontside, you're opening your shoulders up. Backside, you're closing your shoulders and turning your back to the way you're going. I feel like reverts are a little bit easier on something steeper. I feel like on a bank like this, they're a little bit harder. So after you've gotten these stalls down really good, you could actually slide them. So to slide them, you go with a little more speed at more of an angle, and you just really push with your back foot. So the tail slides, you're pushing with your back foot, you're leaning back this way with your upper body, pushing through it. Blunt slides, the same thing. You're just up on top of it. You're leaning back, pushing with your back foot, your upper body's over here, and you're going fast. So after all of those, the only thing left is a nose blunt. So to do a nose blunt, you have to have a really good frontside 180. So you're just popping a frontside 180, landing with the nose all the way down, the front wheels locked in on top. And then with this one, I usually pull in Indy with my back hand right in the middle of the board like this. That's the easiest way for me. Some people might grab the tail and pull in like that, but for me, that's a little bit harder. You could also just pivot into the nose blunt, so you don't even have to do a 180. You just kind of pivot off your nose into it and then pull out. Sometimes I kind of do them like that on the mini ramp. When I see people first learning to get into a nose blunt, sometimes they're like coming all the way up 180 and just landing on the nose up here on the deck all the way. And then over time, they're getting closer and closer towards landing, like actually on the lip right there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, scroll through my page, check out all my other videos, and hit that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.